Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic weekend and you're looking forward to the racing out at Turffontein. I'm going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein, so hopefully he can steer us in the right direction and he can deliver. So here's the postman.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, no matter where in the world you guys are. And again, a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Racing comes to us on Sunday, 22nd of Jan, and we're on racing at Turffontein on the stand-side track. We are 8 races carded. First is due off at 12:50. The first race, guys, before we get into it, please take note, there is a first timer, or there's two first timers here. Watch the betting on the first timers. This is a maiden plate for fillies over 1160 meters. Not the strongest of fields. Nothing here going to Hollywood. And when we go through selections, my narrow first selection would be number 1, Gregarious Girl. JP van der Merwe for Mike and Adam Azzi. Was a fair effort last time behind Splendid Season. As I said, I don't think it's strong field. There's no real strong form. And number 1 is the obvious choice. In our buy pot, we're going to take a chance and banker that. We'll know our fate very, very early. And hopefully we can load up in the latter races. For second, we have gone for 7. This is Heart of Eternity. And Gavin Lorena for the Ferdinand Yard. Gavin always rides well for the stable. However, this Heart of Eternity has not been running to anything of note. I don't think that the form is strong, but again, in a weak race, certainly has a chance to fill in one of the minor spots. For third, I have gone for the 8, Radu. Apprentice Sasibo retains the ride. He claims he's 2.5. He did ride this one last time out, finishing under 3 lengths behind Tiz Magic. Did go off at 50-1. But again, with racing experience, we can certainly look for a bit of improvement there. And for fourth, we've gone for the 11, Storm Dominator. Calvin Abib retains the ride here for the Terry Yard. Ran 8 3/4 lengths behind Rennie, and again, maybe some improvement will come forth. So race 1, we've gone 1, 7, 8, and 11, and as I said, by pot, we're taking a chance, and we're going to banker the 1. Second race on the card, due off at 13:25. Another maiden plate for the girls, over 1600 meters. This is the first leg of our place accumulator. Guys, take note, at this stage in time, the 5, Can't Fool Me, has been scratched. We go through this form of this race, and horse number 2, Cape Lights, current favorite roundabout even money, looks the absolute sitter. I know it's had several runs, still a maiden, but certainly must finish first or second in this race. Must go close. For smaller punters, if you're taking bipods, maybe banker Cape Lights. Place accumulator, I think, good enough to fill in the first 3 here. For second, I've gone for 10. This is Follow the Flow. Randall Simons gets a ride here for the De Kock Yard. Not a bad effort last time out, finishing 4th behind October Fair. And again, as I said, in this field, certainly worth throwing into exactors and stringers. For third, I have thrown in horse number 11, Impression. Again, Apprentice Sasiba for the Terry Yard, and looking for some improvement from this one. For fourth, we have thrown in horse number 6. This is Aunt Pity Pat. I'm putting a line through the last run, and I certainly think that Aunt Pity Pat with Keegan DeMello aboard, good enough to finish in their money. So race 2, 2, 10, 11, 6. And smaller punters, banker the 2 in the buy pot. I think it's a PA banker. For the larger punter, take 2 and 10, and hopefully we double up. The third race on the card, first leg of our pick 6, due off at 1400 hours. This is a 1600 meter event, and it's a maiden plate. Again, guys, take note, at this stage in time, horse number 5, Circus Lights has been scratched. And again, in the third race here, the favorite looks hard to oppose. This is horse number 10, National Star. Again, Apprentice Sasibo gets a ride on this daughter of Pomodoro. And really, if National Star is going to win this maiden, this has to be the race for it. I really think that this is a really weak event. For second, I have gone for horse number 7, and this is Bronze Sword. Randall Simons for Stewie Pettigrew. I am looking for an improved effort from this son of Silvano. Nicely drawn at 2. And we're going to throw this one in our swingers and in our exactors. Smaller punters take a chance, bank at the 10. What we're going to throw in the 7 in our pick 6 as well. For third, I have thrown in horse number 2. This is Broadway. Again, I don't think the form is that strong. Gabriel Peterson retains the ride for Robin Claassen. Was a decent effort last time out, finishing second, 3/4 of a length behind them. Again, this has had many chances to break a maiden. Not going to Hollywood, but again, good enough to fill in back enough trifectas and quartets. For fourth, we've gone for the 4, Camberley Court. Diego Digavea gets the ride here for the Mike and Adam Aziyard. I am looking for some improvement from this son of William Longsword. And again, certainly worth throwing into back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 3, 10, 7, 2, 4. Smaller punters bank at the 10 and everything. Larger, throw in the 7 with it. We move on to race number 4. This is due off at 1440. This is a graduation plate over 1400 meters and is the first leg of the first jackpot. Please take note, guys, horse 2, Rain or Shine, as well as horse 7, Bowl First, both of them have been scratched. Doesn't make it any easier. I think this is quite a tricky event. And my narrow first section will be horse number 5. This is Golden Prospect. Cabello Mazziani retaining the ride here for the Tarry Yard. Last time out, this one finished 4 lengths behind Royal Victory. We know that Royal Victory absolutely dawdled that last race. It looks as if Golden Prospect is starting to come back into a bit of form. Has run to some decent sorts. Currently around about 5 to 2, 28 to 10. If it stays that price, may be worth a small touch. For second, I've gone for the 6. This is Houston. Keegan DeMetta for Candace Dawson. Again, Keegan really rides well for the yard. And again, I'm looking for Houston to give a good account of himself. For third, I have gone for the favorite. This is horse number 3, Unzen. Caden Brewer gets the ride yet for Robbie Sage. Again, has been running to some strong horses. Last time out, albeit in the Dingons, was a long way off. And again, certainly good enough to fill in back end of trifectas and quartets in our opinion. For fourth, we've gone for the 4. This is Raffles. Muzi Yeni gets a ride here for the Magna Yard. Not a bad effort behind Jimmy Don last time out. We know that Jimmy Don is a little above average. And again, Raffles certainly good enough for larger perms and to throw in back end of trifectas and quartets. Race 5, we've gone 5, 6, 3, and 4. And we do think that 5 is a fair bet at round about 5 to 2, 28 to 10. The 5th race on the card, due off at 15:10. This is a mid-rated 100 handicap over 1,000 meters. This is the first leg of Jackpot 2. Again, we go through this event and we think this is quite a tricky event as well. The favorite is horse 6, Anfield's Rocket. On studying the form here, very good horse. I do feel that the 1,000 meters maybe a little sharp for this one. That is why our first selection will be horse number 4, Cantor. Again, Apprentice Sibo gets the ride here for the Pettigrew Yard. 2 decent efforts. And again, we really think that this one will go pretty close. For second, I have gone for the 3 Constable. Calvin Abib gets a ride here for the Terry yard. We certainly think that Constable is a little above average, and again, must be thrown into all exotics. For third, we have gone for the current favourite, Anfield's Rockets. As I said, we do think that this is a little sharp for Anfield's Rockets, but again, very, very good sort. Again, larger perms throw in. For fourth, we've gone for the 7. This is Sheldon. Gavlarina for the Johan Janse van Vuren yard. Sheldon has been running really, really well lately, and again, certainly must be thrown in. So race 5, 4, 3, 6, and 7. The 6th race on the card, this is due off at 1540. And this is the Swallow Stakes. It's a listed event for 3-year-old fillies to be run over 1160 meters. And in this event, our first selection here is horse number 1, Sweet Pepper. We recommend take a win bet on this horse, currently around about 2-1, 22-10. I do think that this one is the class package in the field, and if going down well, we will certainly have a touch on the 1. For second, I've gone for 3. This is Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy coming back to a sprinting distance. We think that again, Miss Daisy can make these ones pick up their hooves. For third, we've gone for 6, Kiss Me Captain, Diego de Gavea for the Addy, Mark and Azam Azzy yard. Last time out, I'm putting a line through that. I think it's a lot better than that event, than that race, and again, must be included in all exotics. For fourth, we've gone for the 7. This is Southern Skies. Again, 2 really, really good efforts. I think this is a little above average, and again, throw this one in for larger perms. So race 6, 1, 3, 6, 7, and we think that 1 is worth a bet on the nose. The 7th race on the card, due off at 16:10. This is a Sea Cottage Stakes, a grade 3 for 3-year-olds, to be run over 1800 meters. And in the 7th race, again, we think that horse number 9, none other, is a decent bet at round about 3-1. Samanga Kamala retains the ride here for Lucky Hoodalakis, and as I said, has been running to some decent sorts, and as I said, 3-1, yeah, worth a touch. For second, we have gone for the current favourite. This is 10 Bardette. Randall Simons retaining the ride here for the Mark de Kock yard. Again, this is a decent sort, carrying a nice handy galloping mass in this race of 57.5. And should certainly be there when the whips are cracking. For third, we've gone for the top weight, horse number 1, Billy Bowlegs. Muslieni retains the ride after winning last time out. And again, larger perms, throw Billy Bowlegs in. For fourth, we've gone for the 3 Pragmatist. The form is there for all of us to see. King Demelo again retaining the ride for Johan Janse van Vuren. And again, should certainly fill in one of their minor spots. So race 7, 9, 10, 1, and 3. We move on to the lucky last, due off at 1640. This is a classified stakes over 1800 meters. And this event, my first selection is horse number 2, Duke of Rain. Marco van Rensburg retaining the ride there for the Larkus yard. Marco rode this horse last time out, finishing 2 lengths behind Meridius, and we certainly hope that Lucky gets the last double. For second, we have gone for the 1. This is the current favourite, round about even money. This is Celestial City. Calvin Abib retains the ride here for the Terry yard. Nice run last time out, finishing 3/4 of a length behind African Torrent over 1800 meters, and again should certainly be there and thereabouts. For third, we've gone for the 9, followed by Path. Chase Marjan for Billy Raters. Billy's horses are certainly filling in the place spots, and again we think that this one can do the same. For third, we've gone for the 3. This is Forged by Fire. Randall Simons for the Matchet yard. a decent effort last time out behind Rarotonga Rose. And again, we think that this one can fill in one of the minor spots. So in the 8th race, we have gone 2, 1, 9, and 3. Guys, please just check for jockey changes, check for scratchings. There were a hell of a lot of scratchings on Thursday. Well, I don't understand what was going on there. Again, please check for them. Check for betting on those first timers earlier on. See if there's any bias over the sprint distances of 1200 meters and less. Guys, take it easy. Look after yourself. Stephen, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. I see you've tipped an 8-race program. Your Bipot PA, Pick 6, Jackpot 1, Jackpot 2, all nice perms, so the guys can add in, take out, and play according to their budgets. And I see you've got 2 win bets, Sweet Pepper and none other. Please, Lord, let them arrive for the subscribers, and let's keep our hot form going. So all in all, guys, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.